Powered by the magical crimson gem of Sitorak, I don't know how it's pronounced, these things never come with a pronunciation key. Easily in the top 3 of the X-Men's Rogues Gallery, he's been stomping on the Marvel Universe since 1965. He's extremely large and powerful and cannot be stopped, which is how he earned his name. Hi, I'm Dan Larson, and this is Marvel Select Juggernaut versus Marvel Legends Build-A-Figure Juggernaut. We're talking about action figures here, and the one thing that really sets action figures apart from statues is their posability. While you don't need to be able to get Juggernaut into any crazy Spider-Man type poses, you do want to have him running, or at the very least look like he's got a determined walk going. Add to that some punching poses and of course some puffed ups, standing there like a brick wall, intimidating everyone with his hugeness, and that doesn't really seem like too much to ask, but the sheer mass of his limbs renders a lot of points of articulation useless, or at the very least compromised. Marvel Legends Juggernaut sacrifices a little bit of beef in exchange for better crunch and much better range of movement from his legs and neck, making round 1 an easy win. Every time a new artist takes on Juggernaut in the comics, they add their own style to his look. He inherently has inhuman proportions and is powered by magic, so the degree to which this is reflected in the rendering of the character is purely up to the artist as they draw the pages. It's no surprise that Marvel Legends and Marvel Select have different visual styles. Marvel Select's Juggernaut has a very detailed, hyper-textured approach where smooth surfaces need not apply. This goes a long way to making it feel more real, but isn't necessarily better than the smooth, clean, classic look of the Legends figure. Marvel Legends feels much more like a 60s or 70s or even animated interpretation of the character that, again, is different but not wrong. This round is a draw because beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and it's a choice that you'll have to make for yourself as to which one you prefer, since neither can be declared better or worse. Maybe it's not entirely fair to judge these two figures on availability, since one of them can be purchased by itself, new, and the other can only be purchased by either buying 7 different action figures or acquiring him pre-built from a secondary retailer, but hey, I don't make the decisions about how this stuff is sold. Marvel Select Juggernaut can easily be acquired new in person or online for around $20, where Legends Build-A-Figure Juggernaut will cost $140 if you buy all the corresponding figures, or for around $60 complete from a secondary retailer if you don't feel like chasing the individual figures or don't want to buy the whole wave. Round 3 goes to Marvel Select Juggernaut for being less expensive and easier to find. There are a few characters in the Marvel Universe that you can't really make too big. Galactus, Fin Fang Foom, the Watcher. The magical nature of Juggernaut's powers literally cannot be overstated. There is no such thing as making him too big. That said, the Marvel Universe Wikipedia draws a line and lists him at 9.5 feet tall, which means the figure should be around 9.5 inches tall in this scale. Strangely enough, while Marvel Select weighs over twice as much as Marvel Legends, it's because he's wider than he is taller than Marvel Legends. Marvel Select's 8 3/4 of an inch of height is only 1/4 of an inch taller than Legends. They could both be bigger and still be properly in scale as far as the Marvel Universe is concerned, but this round goes to Marvel Select for being taller, wider, and heavier than Legends. For Juggernaut, bigger is always better. While some of it can be chalked up to artistic interpretation and collector preference, there are some notable differences in the costumes. Marvel Select Juggernaut's helmet head can be turned, but sits more snugly on his shoulders, which maintains the feeling of being bolted down. And while no more or less manic than the Legends, the face seems a bit more natural, a bit less exaggerated. Legends has a belt where Select doesn't, and while you'll probably never even notice it unless you're looking for it, Select takes the additional step of adding treads to the bottom of his boots, a detail that just pleases you as a fan of action figures when you notice it. Round 5 goes to Marvel Select for a better costume from top to bottom. Marvel Legends came out of the starting gate strong, but once Marvel Select gained momentum, there was no stopping him. It's more affordable, it's easier to get your hands on, and what it lacks in posability, it more than makes up for in sheer size. There's no such thing as too big when it comes to the physical manifestation of the magical powers of the mighty Sitorak. I don't know how it's pronounced. Thanks for watching. Please take a moment to like this video. I know I ask that every time, but I mean it every time. Subscribe so you don't miss out on future matchups and all the other shows on our channel. Share it with your friends and let us know in the comments below if you think we got it right or if you called it a different way. Juggernaut and I have one thing in common: you can't get either of us into any crazy Spider-Man poses.
Cut.
Maybe you can, I don't know.